your voice and shout. Come on.
Choice. I go now road, things I don't know road. Every me mom, now in they move me, they lead me, they go on God. Mine is made up, of course, no going back, non-stop, on 40. There she go, hold on me to road. I'm steady revving, Monte throttle, got eyes on the prize. Papanda, any police snatching from his hand. If I just you know why we read over to me too. That's why I call you.
I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back.
I can never turn back. It's already too late. It won't make sense. Where am I going to? It's already too late. I've already come too far. It's already too late. We won the war. We won the war. We will spend the billions.
We'll spend the billions.
We will spend for Jesus.
We'll spend for Jesus.
We will shift the culture.
We'll shift the culture.
We will heal the sick.
We will heal the sick.
We will raise the dead.
We will raise the dead.
Transform the nation.
Transform the nation.
We will hear well done.
We will hear well done.
We will fund the war.
We will fund the war.
We will spend the billions.
We'll spend the billions.
We will spend for Jesus.
We'll spend for Jesus.
We will shift the culture. We will heal the sick.
We will heal the sick.
We will raise the dead.
We will raise the dead.
Transform the nations.
We
We will hear well done.
will hear well done.
Decided to follow Jesus.
I have decided to follow Jesus.
Have you decided?
I have decided to
Decided.
follow Jesus.
No turning
No
back.
turning back.
No turning back. Too late, we can't turn back now. No more foolishness, no more laziness. It's already too late. We can't turn back now. I will never,
Never turn back.
we won the war.
We won the war.
We will spend the billions.
We'll spend the billions.
We will spend for Jesus.
We'll spend for Jesus.
We will shift the culture.
Shift the culture.
We will heal the sick.
We will heal the sick.
We will raise the
We
dead.
will raise the dead.
Transform the nation.
Transform the nation.
We will hear well
We
done.
will hear well
We
done.
will fund the
We will
war.
fund the war.
We will spend the billions.
We'll spend the
We
billions.
will spend for Jesus.
We'll spend for Jesus.
We will shift the culture. We will heal the sick.
We will heal the sick.
We will raise the dead.
We will raise the dead.
Transform the nation. We will hear well done.
We will hear well done.
Welcome everybody. How was your day and where are you joining from? Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the bonus professional guidance session of What Next After Jam. So, we had the first series of What Next After Jam yesterday by Mr. Matthew Balogun, and honestly, it was quite enlightening and inspiring, and I learned lots and lots of lessons. Things like building yourself, things like your exam does not define who you are. Like I learned a lot of things, and most of us when we fail or when we have a particular jam, there are two kind of things I see. So there are some teenagers that when they write the exam, they jam the exam, and then they fail. The whole pressure. What did you get in jam? What is your score and all that? And the environment and shame to even tell anyone that you didn't meet the cutoff mark, and then you might not get into school. So that pressure, that disappointment, those embarrassments, disappointment on daddy's and mommy's face, most importantly, and all that. And then, you start feeling like, oh, you are a failure and all that. And Mr. Pastor Matthew Balogun was telling us that your exam does not define who you are, that it is just a measurement of how prepared you were and it does not define your destiny. Jam is just a part of your life. There's so many other things you can do with your life. And if you've also passed JAMB too, or if you even had low score, after JAMB, you have to start preparing for admission. For that time that you are done with JAMB towards admission, I think it might spend over like 6 months or more than, to get into admission, maybe except from private universities. I'm not so sure. That short period or that short frame, you can use it to learn a skill. He said that when going into school, that some people go to school looking for opportunities, while others go into school with opportunities, and that's what you can do by learning a skill. That skill that you've been looking at, that you've been wanting to learn. I know someone asked the question yesterday and said that, oh, you would like to learn photography, but his parents wants him to go for JUPEB. Pastor Matthew was saying that you can still learn photography within that short frame before starting JUPEB. You can go to ChatGPT or Cloud AI. ChatGPT, how can I learn photography in a month? And ChatGPT will give you a breakdown on how to achieve your goal. And guess what? It's going to even give reference to the videos you should watch on YouTube. So you don't want to miss last evening or last night session. You can go back to the playlist and then watch the series by Mr. Matthew Balogun. So today we are going to be having the bonus professional guidance session of What Next After Jam. I know we dealt with the emotional aspect of it yesterday, your mental wellness, emotional wellness rather. Today we're going to be talking about the academical part of it. Let me give you a very funny fact. When I wrote Jamb, I had I think 185, so I knew I needed to use JUPEB. So they're not like, okay, even if you are doing JUPEB, let's get your Jamb score and all those kind of things. And I forgot the password to my email address. So things like this are very necessary. Having to have a professional to tell you the document. Imagine I'd prepared those documents down, my O-level documents. I think there's a scratch card you need to check your results. You will still need it to check your results again. So those things that you need to get prepared, your O-level results, so many other things that are required, necessary documents you need to bring together. So it won't be like when it's time for admission, you're running a task looking for those documents to print out. So that's what we're going to be handling today. And then, on my TikTok too, someone was asking that can I enter Delta State University with, I think she said 150. I think she got 150 in JAM. These and many more, or like these questions will be answered today by Mr. Emmanuel Akintoye. And guess what? Is my cousin. So I trust him that's going to deliver beyond our expectations today. So I'm going to be welcoming you all once again to the bonus professional guidance session of What Next After Jam. And I would like to, bring in our guest speaker for today, Mr. Emmanuel Akintoye. Is going to be teaching us on today's session. He's a professional consultant, and I would like to, read his profile. So I hope you are listening. All right, so okay, so this is Mr. Emmanuel Akintoye. You can see how awesome he is. Says an educational consultant with passion for helping students and parents make informed academic and career decisions. He holds a bachelor degree and a master's degree in business education from the University of Lagos. From his experience and understanding of the Nigerian educational system, he has guided students on JAMB registration, admission processes, school selection, course requirements, and alternative admission opportunities for candidates with low JAMB scores. Beyond educational consulting, Emmanuel also has knowledge and experience in information technology and technical support, which has helped him develop strong problem-solving strong problem-solving, communication, and analytical skills. His ability to combine education, technology, and student guidance allows him to connect easily with young people and provide practical solutions to academic challenges. Is committed to impacting lives through proper educational guidance, mentorship, and continuous learning. So we join our hearts. Can we please welcome Mr. Emmanuel today Akintoye? I'm going to be inviting him into the live stream and he's going to be having his session with us. So welcome, sir. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Really do
Yeah,
appreciate.
yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you might be joining from. I hope I can be. Am I audible enough? Let me
Very
confirm
well,
that.
sir. Very well. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, no problem. So, it's really an honor to be here. Um, despite the busy day, though, and I was just like, let me rush up and just do the needful. So so that I won't take too much of our time, so that I won't waste our time too much because the time is already fast spent. I have a lot that I've prepared already, but due to what I encountered on the road, but I'm not able to draw it to a meaningful, but I'm sure I'm going to deliver something that you would forever be grateful about. So quickly, let's dive into the main topic of this seminar, or what will I call it, a podcast: academic and admission guidance after JAM. Hey, it does me so much. What's it called? How will I say it now? It does me so much pain to see someone writing jam for like 3, 4, 5 times. I'll be like, what exactly? What's the reason for this old delay? Do you know the only reason I have found? The only reason I have found is that they don't have guidance. They don't have guidance. Whether school guidance, they tend to run it the way their father did, or their mother tend to run their school the way they did. It's just the lack of guidance. The lack of guidance. So educational consulting is very important in this current age. It's very, very, very vital. So I would like everyone listening to me to pay very good attention to educational guidance. As a young teenager, as you grow, as you write jam, as you proceed to your masters, if possible PhD, or you proceed to any special learning of your own, you should put a major priority in educational guidance. Educational guidance is very important. So, as it is now, let me dive quickly because I have some suggested areas of learning, suggested areas that I'm supposed to touch. The first is understanding admission process. First of all, the admission process starts from right while you are in SS2. Right while you are in SS2, you're supposed to take GCE first. This would help you to prepare enough for it will help you prepare enough for the SS3. If you're able to prepare with GCE first, you made up with GCE, and probably you don't meet up all the subjects you're supposed to meet up with. Then when you enter SS3 fully, you're supposed to do mock at first. It's third term SS2, you do mock. After you do mock, you do your WAEC and you do your NECO. These things are very important. This procedure, some might have thrown it away, some might have not taken it, accepted it due to due to lack of finance. Lack of finance. It is very important. Okay. So when you are done with taking your O level, that is the first requirement. First requirement is O level. Normally these days we take Jamb first, but normally you're supposed to have your O level first because your O level gives you the right to, because even if you do Jamb first, Jamb will require you to fill in your O level. Reason being that you are supposed to have your O level at first before you are able to take Jamb. Although some people use awaiting results, yes, it's part of it. But understanding the process, as I was saying. So the process is first have your O level. After you have your O level, then you proceed to Jamb, right? You proceed to Jamb. When you get your Jamb, after you get your Jamb, then you proceed to waiting to when the school post UTME or screening form is out. After Jamb, the next thing is wait till when the post UTME form is out. When that is out, then you apply. You apply. When you apply, then it's either the school has a post UTME exam to write or they do a screening. The post UTME exam now. Let's talk about the post UTME exam. Some do write the post UTME exam, they aggregate it with your Jamb result and your O level results. The combination of these three will give them the aggregate of how to score you or the cutoff mark for the school exactly. So that's the procedure at first. What did I say at first? I said you're going to get your O level results, proceed to Jamb, or even though you wrote Jamb, after a Jamb is your O level results. Post UTME can come before Jamb or you can come before your O level results. This procedure is vital. No O level, no admission. No Jamb, there might be admission and there might not be admission depending on the school. Okay. So most major mistake we make, the major mistakes we make is that we do not cleave to this procedure. Someone that wrote JAM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, go and ask them, how did you start the procedure? I wrote JAM. I got my O level results. After then, I was waiting for the school to call me. Have you heard about that before? They will tell you, I was waiting for the school to call me. This is how they do in the olden days. They do that in the olden days. My father and my mother, they used to bring the letter of admission to their doorstep. So that is the mentality some of these our parents don't know. They don't know. And in this educational consulting, it's important that schools buy into it, of guiding parents, giving them usual letters to their parents, telling them these procedures. The major mistakes most times is they don't know that after you've gotten your JAMB and scored a good score, you've gotten your O level, getting your 5 credits complete, you are supposed to write an exam. You are supposed to get a screening form from whichever university, Unilag, LASUTECH, LASPO, LASU, FUNAB, OOU, Unidel, UniUyo, Unijos, UI, different schools. So it's important that, yeah, proceeding so that I will not waste so much of our time. We have different cutoff marks. You can't be talking of cutoff mark before you apply into a school. You must have known their cutoff mark. Okay, let me give you an instance. The instance is you got 165. You are thinking of doing nursing. You have 5 credit, including maths and English, biology, physics, chemistry, economics, civic. You made it all, but you want to do nursing. But unfortunately, you got 165. There is no school currently available for that kind of score for you to be able to read nursing in a school. I will be blunt and direct on this platform. You can get admission into nursing with 160 only if you have a political access to that school. Yeah, I'm being blunt here. Only if you have a political access, but a normal due process would not land you in a school with that kind of JAM score. It will never land you in a school with that kind of JAM score. So it's important that you are very sure and get the proper JAM score for the proper course. Proper JAM score for the proper course. You're looking into doing architecture and your JAM score doesn't meet up the school's JAM score. Let me tell you something. For each school, there are different JAM score for different courses. There are some highly recommended courses. When you talk about nursing, medicine, law, pharmacy, civic, civil engineering, computer science. When I say computer science, is a very, very competitive course these days. So if you have anything below 200. See these courses I'm mentioning, it's better that you find a course that is related to this and go for it than you trying to heads up for this. You might not, I'm sorry to say, don't bother. If you get less than 200, you're hunting nursing, medicine, law, computer science, or the cyber security, these special courses, accounting. It is quite very difficult because your jam score is below the cutoff. Your jam score is below the cutoff. So it's important that you know the jam score cutoff. Am I still there? Okay. Let me give you one, two, three, four, five schools with the jam scores. Okay, let's go for this year. If you go to the north, if you have up to 150, 160, you're going to enter some universities in the north. Yes. But universities in the southwest, and you are aiming these highly recommended courses, you would have at least 220 jam score. Yes, 220 for you to be able to access these courses. For you to be able to access the courses, you at least have 220. So what I usually suggest for my candidates when they come to me with these low jam scores, other alternative options is like you going through JUPEB, going through A levels, or going through pre-degrees. These other options gives the grace for you to learn more, in these surroundings. Like when you go for JUPEB, JUPEB trains you, teach you, they teach you, then you'll be able to have the encompassed knowledge for you to go to another level. So as per JUPEB now, when you have JUPEB, then when you're entering a university, are we together? Sorry. When you're entering a university, is important. When you're entering a university, is important. When you're entering through JUPEB or A level, you're going to 200 level straight up. Although in this country, JUPEB A level, this will require monetary, like financial impact. You would have enough money because at least JUPEB in LASU, you have up to like 500 to 700,000 for you to run JUPEB in LASU. For you to run JUPEB in Unilag, you have up to like 400 to 600,000 for Unilag. So it just varies as per universities. So I think I've been able to let us know what other options we have aside JAM. When you score a low JAM score, the other options you have is to try JUPEB. You can do ND in polytechnic. You can do A levels. You can do pre-degree. You cannot run direct entry if you don't have these options. I mean, if you don't have JUPEB, you don't have diploma, you don't have pre-degree, there is no how you can do direct entry. So direct entry are for those that have a certificate after their O level, they call it A level. After O level, they call it A level. So at that A level is when you will be able to do a direct entry into a school. So another option is try private universities. If you try private universities, it's very, very sure that you might get admission on the leveraging of the what's it called? The JAM score you have. The JAM score you have. So what are the requirements if you want to enter a school for you to have? Normally schools, there is one thing, there is one problem I would like to tackle when it talks about documents. The name on your NIN is different from the name on your O level result. The name on your O level result is different from the name on your birth certificate. Why? You might have gotten admission. It's possible for the school to withdraw the admission because of inconsistency of name. Every admission at every first year of every student, they call it provisional admission. It is a provisional admission until all your documents are verified and they see that there is no reason or anything that can hinder you from you getting the admission. That is when they give you a full admission by the second year. Your first year, you're on provisional admission. That means even if you're not able to meet up at the first semester 100 level, it's possible for the school to decide that you can meet up with our criteria. We would love you to step down. So all these are important. The documents, you need your O level results, you need your secondary school testimonial. Your secondary school, you have to get a testimonial from them, telling anybody that gets the testimonial that this student passed through us and did this course, did this subject, did this subject, did this subject. If possible, they add your portfolio if you were a prefect. So testimonial, your O level results, your JAMB results, your birth certificate, your state of origin. It's not all school that federal school don't ask for state of origin. Federal school don't ask. Mostly it's usually for state schools because they prioritize indigents. Yes, they prioritize indigents. And another thing that I need to I need to visit quickly is that there are cutoff mark for everybody and there are cutoff mark for regions. There are cutoff mark for regions. So as last year, those who took JAMB, I have some people who are from the north that got admission into Unilag, and they are currently reading. One is reading computer science, and um the other is reading what's it called, pharmacy. The both of them, one got 186 and the other one got 182. Do you understand that kind of thing? It is just because one is from Kano and the other one is from Katsina. So they there is a way they weight the scores from each other. So if you don't understand this, then you think because I did not meet up with the Jamb score of 200, I will not be, because the people in your region determines how high or how low the Jamb cutoff mark would be. So let me go through what I've talked about again so that I don't. So I made us to understand the admission process, which I talked about, starting from the scratch, getting your Jamb, getting your O level, getting your Jamb, then wait for the post-UTME process, either a screening or a post-UTME exam. Then you run through, you wait for the exam date, do the exam, then you wait for the school cutoff. That is when you wait for the admission. Admission doesn't come to your doorstep anymore. That's the olden days. But now it comes to your Jamb admission portal. It doesn't come to your doorstep. It will come to your Jamb admission portal. This Jamb admission portal, for you to check your Jamb results, you have to make a payment, and that's a procedure on its own. So your consistency in checking your Jamb portal, yes. So your consistency in checking your Jamb portal will let you know whether you have admission or not. That's another thing. Your consistency in checking your Jamb portal. Some had admission, they did not know until some weeks or some days to the exam of the school. That's when they got to know on their Jamb portal. That say, they gave me admission, I did not know. School don't call people again because they have a lot of people that want to read. And when you don't accept the admission, let me tell you, school withdraw as admission even when they have given you on the portal. They will withdraw it because they see you that you've not accepted it. Then it's probably possible that you don't need it. And some will say, I met the cutoff mark. I was able to do this, I was able to do that, I met all the criteria needed. But unfortunately, there is what we call National Board for Education. Yes, National Board for Educational Council. This board regulates the amount of students that take a course in every school. They regulate the amount of students that take a course in every school. Okay, let's take Unilag for example. In Unilag, we have nursing. And in nursing, we are supposed to take 200 students. And over like 3,000, let's say 1,500 students applied. 400 of them got over 250. Yes, 400 of them got over 250. Others did not get up to that. Unfortunately, they will screen and begin to remove some people based on their score and based on priorities, in the sense that some score 250, some score 245, some score 230, some score 220, some score 200. So when they are able to cut off those that didn't score up to 200, they are cut them off and it's remaining 400. So those that scored over 250 or up to 200, then they will begin to cut them off little by little until they have a substantial rate. And when they have this substantial rate, they have 200, and let's say they have they are taking 200 and they have 278 students that got over 250. Then you are part of them. Then they took the 200 and it's remaining 78 people. So the 78 people, there is no admission for them. It's either they tell them to go and do a change of course. This is another alternative. If you don't meet up the cutoff mark, if you don't meet up the cutoff mark of the school, you can do a change of course to another course that suits you, that meets your passion and vision, that at least would not derail you from your vision in life. We don't have so much time. I don't want to overflog some things. I don't want to overflog some things. So if you want to get more, you have to meet an educational consultant. Then I'll be willing to take even more sections if we are ready to hear and if we get a good feedback from this section. So I already talked about understanding the admission process. I already talked about the cutoff mark and competitive course reality. Also, I already talked about the importance of students' documents. All these documents are really needed. They are really needed. And if you are how will I say now? If you have documents and you have amendment, don't wait till you have admission before you make your amendment, so that it won't rob you of your admission. Get your documents available so that when the admission comes, you are not found wanting with the documentations. So importance of documents, they are very vital. And you need a passport photograph, but these days we've gone digital. You just take your picture when you are there, or before we used to scan your passport and upload and all those. So after you've gotten admission, it's important you pay your acceptance fee. You pay your acceptance fee. Acceptance fee varies, and most of the schools now, I don't see a school that collect less than 50,000 for your acceptance fee. Schooling is not a child's play in Nigeria. It's even a child's play though, because if you go outside Nigeria, what you are going to pay, you are going to run back to your country. Seriously. Because schooling outside Nigeria is quite very expensive. Okay. If you don't meet up the admission, you don't meet up the admission cutoff, and what you have is a low Jamb score. I already told you the options. JUPEB, you can do a change of course to another course that meet up another course that you want to go for. You can do a polytechnic. We have only one polytechnic, one public polytechnic in Lagos. We have other private polytechnic in Lagos. One public polytechnic, which is still Yaba College of Technology. And there are other private polytechnics that you can run with. Okay. A level, A level two, A level two, A level. You can do pre-degree also, and you can also walk into private universities to apply for their forms. Okay. In choosing right course and institution, what do you look out for? What do you think you look out for? What's your vision in life? That's the number one thing. What do you find doing without being tired? What exactly do you find doing without being tired? That's the number two. What can you afford? What can you afford? Consultancy in choosing a course is very important. Hey, I just remembered something. You are going for law. Your JAMB combination, your JAMB combination is very, very, very vital. You are going for law, you are going for accountancy, you're going for accountancy. What is your JAMB combination? What's your JAMB combination? That's my question. So you need to choose the right JAMB combinations. Choose the right JAMB combinations for the course you are going for. I can't start listing the course and the combinations. For someone that is going for theater art, make sure you do English, literature, CRS, government. English, literature, CRS, government. If you're going for biological courses, it may be I'm talking about JAMB combination. I'm not talking about O-level combination. I'm talking about JAMB combination. So if you are going for maybe science laboratory technology, um, biochemistry, other related courses, medicine, this course is related in science. It's important you do English, physics, chemistry, biology. Don't impute mass if you are not going for engineering courses. If you are going for engineering courses, you choose maths, English, physics, and chemistry. There is still more to this, but we'll talk about it if there are more opportunities for us to talk more. Or you reach out so that we can help you in guiding you and mentorship for us to have an headway in this educational line and procedure. So parents in supporting your teenagers or your children, it's important that parents seek educational guidance. Is important. Is important. It can be overflowed. It can be overflowed. For you not to avoid wastage of time, wastage of resources, wastage of energy, seek educational guidance early. Seek educational guidance early. Okay, so that will give room for those that want to ask questions. I want to leave you with this last thing. Education is not a scam. educational will not be a scam. So, no matter how little you are educated, you have a leverage over others. Okay? I don't want to take much of our time. If you have any questions, I'll be willing to answer. So, Busola, over to you. Thank you so much for this
So thank
opportunity, and I really appreciate it. I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that enlightening session. Like that was really enlightening, and I think it reminded me of when I also applied for admission. So for me, it was more like I didn't. I don't know. Maybe you have a group or a community for students that are about to apply for admission. So if you have that kind of community, I wouldn't mind sharing the community with them, because for me, when I finished, I did direct entry. When I finished Jamb, no, I finished JUPEB rather. I didn't know what next to do. I was in a community that would tell me that, okay, this time you guys should go to direct entry organization, or you people should go. And then anywhere my friends go to, that's where I go to. So thank God I have that kind of community. That was what helped me to be on track and do the right thing at the right time. So I learned a lot of things, and I'm going to state out the practical takeaways that they should know. So I would love to tell them about it. So there are questions that I got. So like I said, there was someone that asked a question on my TikTok, and she was saying that can she enter the Delta State University with 150? Is it possible?
Okay, thank you for the question. What course? That's my first question. Depending on the
Honestly, the
course.
person didn't state her course. She only said, can she get into Delta State University? And I think, teenagers of nowadays, I think most of them, I'm not trying to call everyone that maybe they're not serious. I know we have serious teenagers and all that, but I feel like nowadays, teenagers are just all about, I just want to get into school, any course they give me. And then you made mention of saying that, getting into school, you need to know who you see yourself. What do you want to become in future? One,
Mhm.
what is your vision? Like,
Yes.
what do you see yourself doing? What do you find passion doing? You see a lot of students applying to any course. What they want is they want to just enter school, and when they get into school, they start struggling with meeting up with CGPA. They start struggling with the course because that's not what they are meant to do. I know later on, some of them that are wise enough, they will now start changing course. It has taken time, and it has taken resources, and there are some people that will now go on and try to struggle, and they start having carryovers. It's because they didn't have proper counsel before they chose the course. So this particular person didn't even mention any course. She only asked that, can she get into Delta University with 150?
I would say yes,
Okay.
depending on the course. What is your O-level results looking like too? Is
Okay.
another thing to be to be to be to be asked about. What is your O-level looking like? Do you have all C's? Do you have B's, A's? Depending. So if you have 150 and you have AB in your O-level results, then combining your O-level results with your JAM score, there will be a level of elevation in that. So I would say yes, in as much you wrote JAM and you have an O-level result. I would say yes. So it is now dependent. The no will now depend on the course. Yes.
So Delta State University 150 would go. Okay,
Yes.
so that's our response to that person's answer. And then, something has been going on nowadays, the rates of and insecurity in states, I was thinking I should ask, because now you were saying that you made mention of something, and you said that, okay, when you have a low score, you'll be able to get probably admission in the northern area side, that their JAMB score is, a bit low than the southwest. So with the rate of insecurity nowadays, would you advise anyone to, apply for schools in the northern area? I'm not trying to stigmatize them, honestly, but just asking that, when you are trying to apply to a particular school, plus the course you are going to study and the cutoff mark, don't you think they should look out for the environment? How is that place? I there was someone I reached out, like someone, a friend of mine called, and she was talking to me about her younger sister. So I'm not trying to, okay, this is going public. Anyway, I don't want to call the name of the university. So she said she's currently in a university that she has spent a lot of money. She has spent close to 1 million, and she girl is in 100 level. And you know what? She writes the exam, she does not write the exam. The koko is that they should pay. They bribe their lecturers for each course that they write. So you write or you don't write. If you pay, you pass. You write or you've written the exam. If you don't pay, you're having an automatic F9. Imagine that kind of university in Nigeria. So don't you think it's something that maybe they need to research on, the ethics of the school, how
Environmental
they run the school, the
security.
system? I think it's something that teenagers need to look out for nowadays, because she has literally wasted time. And I have to advise her that she should come to Lagos and probably apply for JUPEB and start over again. She has wasted time, she has wasted resources, but she went to a school thinking that she would do well and everything will be fine. She's very intelligent, but the school system is whack. So don't you think it's something that teenagers should look out for?
Ah, one major thing, your environment influences your level of thinking. Your environment influences who you are. Your environment influences who you will be. Is important. So I won't take it as something likely because you have a low jam score. The next thing is just to run to somewhere because you just want to school. There is one thing for a school to be available, there is another thing for the school to be able to impact you knowledge that you need to further in life, to further in business, to further in career, to further in every aspect of life. Environmental conditions, security wise, it is not a good advice for you to leave the southwest that is peaceful, at least enough, for you to go to the north where you will not be able to sit and read. It is not advisable. So I would just suggest that if you have a low jam score, there are schools available in this southwest that will definitely accept you. There is a university just opened to Elisha. This school accepts low jam score and they are ready to teach you there. It is not a school of, it is a school I visited for some of my students in which they are currently because of the low jam score last year. Sometimes I do travel. Sometimes I go to school to visit one or two people so that we have no reason to waste time, to waste resources, to waste energy on any particular student. So the answer to this question is environmental situation, security wise, is important for you because your parents sent you to school to make value, and when you go to that school and you are devalued instead of being like value being added to you, you are devalued. It is a shame to your parents, it is a shame to you. So that's why educational consulting is very important.
Thank you very much, sir. So my students have asked questions, and I'm still going to share the slide, but I would like to ask one final question from my own side. So you know
Okay.
all these GT organizations, so maybe organizations, all these top firms or organizations that they whenever students are now done with universities and then they are applying for NYC, some months or few months or few weeks to when they are done with NYC, they don't say that after every pass out POP, pass out
Mhm.
parade, by
Yes.
NYSC. You see some
Yes.
organizations like KPNG, Wema, Providos, and all that requesting for GT. And most of these GT programs are always saying that okay, you must be within a particular age, you must have 2-1 and you must have a BSc degree. So what do you think about that? Do you think that maybe when you have a low jam score, or do you think when you have a low jam score, you should just maybe go to polytechnic and everything is fine? So what do you think about that? Because I'm wondering that okay, we have polytechnics, we have some college education and all that. Why is it
Mhm.
that these GT organizations are always asking for 2-1 upper class and a BSc degree within a time frame? So do you think students, whenever they have the low jam score, they should just apply for JUPEB with degree and diploma, then have a DE into a state university to have a BSc degree and maybe a federal university to have a BSc degree? Or no, or they can just go to polytechnic. What do you have to say is that even when everybody's requesting for a BSc degree with a 2-1? So what do you think about that? I would like to hear your thoughts or perspective about this particular question.
Thank you so much. So it is important that you have a degree. It's important that you have a degree. Meanwhile, you didn't have the opportunity to do a degree. You your jam was messed up. You didn't do well in your whole level. These organizations, they ask for um they want to do graduate training, and they are asking for BSc, they're asking for 2-1 minimum. Some ask either, it's most of them ask for distinction or 2-1. They will not even bother tell you 2-2. It's only
Tutu.
some that would agree that 2-2, 2-2. But if they see 2-1 more, they will not even look at your 2-2 at all. So when you have an opportunity, it is best, it is best for you to just do a degree. A degree will not waste your time. A degree will not waste your time. But if you go for a national diploma, or you go for JUPEB, you know you have to add extra time to the time, and you have to add extra resources. So that is why there are other options of open universities. Like now, there are now, okay, there is Miva Open University. There is Unique Open University. We have a lot of open university that do not require JAMB. That do not require JAMB. The 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 differences between HND and BSc is that HND do technical and vocational sites a lot more than those that do BSc. Those that do BSc, because the ND and HND was created for technical and vocational skills majorly. So that is why, if you have an opportunity and you would not like to waste so much time and resources, now is cheaper than some universities. Yes, now is cheaper than some. I'm not advertising now, but I'm just telling you, BSc these days counts, have a higher level of chance of being accepted as graduate trainee in most of these big organizations than when you say you come with an HND. Have I been able to answer your question, or there is still something?
Saying that they can use now. I have too many questions. If they're saying that they can use now, they can use MIVA. Are those organizations accredited? Because I
Yes.
have someone that I know that dealt with that kind of issue, and when they got there, I think it's a Cotonou University, I'm sorry. And then they are saying that it's not accredited, they cannot find the university on the site, and so they cannot give him the job after he has wasted a lot of time in training. So, one, are they accredited? And then secondly, for people that they've already embarked on polytechnic, is there a way they can transition from polytechnic to a university to get a degree, whereby they don't have to wait till they are done with HND before they then start applying for a degree? That is a whole like wasting of time, wasting of resources. That's the second
Yes.
question. How do people that are in polytechnic, should they transit, like a transition from that polytechnic to a degree? Do they have to wait till they are done with HND before they have a transition into a degree? And then I think I would like to ask the third question. The third question is it that when you want to study a course, you have to look at, okay, who do you want to become? Maybe you are trying to learn a vocational skill now. Should you lean towards polytechnic because you want to learn a vocational skill, maybe like Yaba Tech and the likes, you want to learn a vocational skill, lean towards tech? If you are looking at a white collar job like being a banker, lean towards degree. Is this what you are trying to say? So those are the three questions I would love to ask.
Okay. Okay. So the first question is, are they accredited? Yes. I have unique university is accredited, MIVA is accredited, now is accredited. When you go outside, okay, when you go outside Nigeria, there are some university outside Nigeria that they are just created for money, like they just want to earn money. That's why they created them. They are not there to teach you. They are just they just okay. Do you know there are some schools outside Nigeria that can give you a degree, and you come into Nigeria as a foreigner and you go for NYC without you even going to school at all. So it's there is a boycott of process for those who want to learn and those who don't want to learn. Yes, there are many outside Nigeria because they are running business. They are not running educational. They are not running programs. They are not running courses. So are they accredited? Now is accredited. Um, Unique Open University, you can search it online, is accredited. MIVA is accredited. So those are the three open universities I know currently that are very, very accredited and I'm sure of. So for you to apply for university first, I would love you to meet up with someone so that I don't fall into the wrong hands. Can you just guide me through? Can you show me? Don't meet with anybody. Meet with those who are versatile in this knowledge, who are educational consultants, who are certified in this. So are they accredited? If they are accredited, so you can know what next to do, purchase the form and continue with your studies. Number two question is, those that have HND, what can they do? What they can do now is to do top up. They do conversion in schools. LASU do conversion. Fuoye, Federal University of Oye Ekiti does conversion. If you have HND and you currently want to convert to a BSc, BSc will take you a year and a half or 2 years. A year and a half or 2 years, depending on the course. Private universities do top up. I know very well of Ajayi Crowther. Ajayi Crowther does top up. Even Caleb Caleb does top up. That's a private university. So different universities they do top up. They call it top up because after HND you just do a top up for you to do. And another option is for you to do PGD. After you have your HND, you can do PGD for you to be able to do your masters instead of doing top up to degree. You can do a PGD for 1 year to do your masters. That's another option for you. It's another option. So if HND are able to do find a way or a means to do a BSc, yes. The other option is just to top up. And the other options that I know of is to do a PGD and do a master's. Okay. For you that you want to do it,
So sorry, sir. So you're saying with HND you can you can do a postgraduate with HND.
PGD, it is not PhD.
Okay. PG post. So what does that the full meaning? What's the full meaning?
Postgraduate diploma.
Okay, so it's not just a normal postgraduate program.
No, it is not a post. It's not normal. It's a postgraduate diploma.
Okay.
So that PGD you can use it to do your master straight.
Okay, so after PGP, then they'll now do masters.
Yes. So you
So
have
to take
already
them
boycott. You've already
okay.
been able to boycott you going for the what's it called, BSc. Then
Yes,
after the
over.
BSc, you now do masters. No. So you can able to
That's why
do
knowledge is
postgraduate.
power training. It's very important.
You said
So that's why knowledge is very powerful. Most people don't even know this. They have to now starting BSc degree like from the
Ex-
scratch. So it's a
exactly,
lot.
exactly. So you asked if vocational, you want to do a vocational skill. Is it best you do a polytechnic or you go to a university direct? Am I right with that question?
Yes, that if you are saying maybe if you want to do vocational skills, lean towards polytechnic. And if you are looking at a white collar job, lean towards BSc degree. Is that what you are trying to say?
Okay. Um, what I'm saying is that if you either of the two, it's just that one is more focused is more vocational than the other. Both will teach you, but it's like a software and a hardware issue. When you have a software, this deals with something within. You might not physically see it. So when you deal with hardware, a polytechnic will deal with you with a hardware and a software. They will show you how to do this, yet they will still show you how to mold it. So when you talk about university, they have low ability to teach you of the hardware. Most of what they will teach you is the software. You have to go for, okay, let me take medicine as an example. A medicine student would do would go through 7 years. 7 years. After the first 4 to 5 years is literally teaching and learning. After them, the remaining 3 years is for them to go to an hospital to practicalize all this they have taught them in school, in class. That is how it is. But okay, let me talk about a school like Yaba College of Technology now will teach you mechanical engineering. And when you see mechanical, if you see a project of a student that did mechanical, in Yaba College of Technology and a student that did mechanical in University of Lagos, the the difference is very clear because what they taught him or her at the technical school, which is Yaba College of Technology, is different from the majoring in the software of mechanical engineering. Although these two comes together and becomes one, in the sense of when you get to the field, you get to learn on the job. You get to learn on the job. You can't you can't tell me a mechanical engineering student would supersede a mechanical engineering student in a polytechnic, because they in a polytechnic they will teach you more of practicals even than
Yeah.
the theory aspect. So that is how it flows. So if you are thinking of um a minute please, hold on, I'm sorry. Are you there?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, if you are thinking of you want to do mechanical engineering, if any mechanical engineering company in Nigeria sees a certificate of a Yaba College of Technology Mechanical and University of Lagos Mechanical, I will not give you a doubt. You will take that HND that is mechanical than the BSc that is mechanical. So depending on the course you are going for would give you a versatile and a leverage in the favor market. So that is how it works.
In one word, you are trying to say that if you are into the technical parts of the labor market, go to Yaba Tech or go to a technical school, that's polytechnic. But if you are
Yes.
leaning towards the theoretical part like accounting, banking, and finance, just go and get your degree.
Go and get your degree.
All right, sir.
You
So
will
these
not
are
have to
the
speak English very
questions.
well. Okay.
So this person said that I got the score I prayed for, but now I am hearing about post UTME screening, admission documents, O level requirements, and honestly, it feels overwhelming. What are the biggest mistakes students make after passing JAMB that can still cost them admission?
The biggest mistake they make after passing jam is for
That can
number
still
one,
cost them.
not to upload your O level result on your jam portal. If your
Why?
if your if your O level result is not on your jam portal, you can never get admission. Even
Ah, that's
if Jesus want to give you admission on that portal, if there is no O level result there is no button to activate it. There is no button to activate it. Your O level result on your portal activates a button on the jam portal for them to give you or not give you admission. So that is one of the major mistakes. Make sure your O level is uploaded on the jam portal. That's the is a very important, because without O level there is no admission. Without O level there is no admission. And continue to check the portal consistently. In as much as you have applied to the school, you have done the post UTME or you have done the screening, you must consistently check that jam portal to access your portal each and every time. And if you don't have a the email and the password of that portal, or you did a mistake in the email, make sure you have an accredited CBT center in which you can lean on to help you consistently check, or you have an educational consultant that has a link with this to help you consistently check when the admission pops up. And make sure you have ears everywhere, because your friend might have gotten admission and you don't know. Okay, one thing that my mind went to, it might help anybody on this. Okay, there was a scenario of them giving admission to different people, but unfortunately they gave admission to somebody, one of our friends, and she did not know. She was thinking she didn't meet up or something, but unfortunately after the admission has closed, this girl came to the school and went, okay, he came to the school and went to the admission office telling them they've not given her admission, and they said the admission portal has closed, and they're asking her, why didn't you come earlier, just to complain that you have not seen admission? Then we would have told you the reason why
It's
you don't have admission. So you, in admission processing these days, you must have ears all everywhere. Aside from having ears everywhere, you must be conversant with your portal. It is your portal forever.
key.
It is your portal forever and ever, because there's one only profile code for one person. It's like NIN. There's one profile code for one person because the profile code is linked with your NIN. So you can't have another profile. But unfortunately, Jamb has not created a means of rectifying the email address error. So you must lean on your CBT center for you to check your admission status. Have I been able to answer that?
Said CBT center, an accredited CBT center, not just
Yes,
anyhow CBT
yes,
center.
accredited CBT.
Because you mentioned that. Thank you very much, sir. So the next question is, I know my score is low, but I still really want to go to university this year. I keep hearing about diploma, JUPEB, degree, and other alternatives, but I honestly don't understand them. Which options are actually realistic for students with lower scores?
Please, can you come again with that question?
Okay, so this person is saying that he or she knows that her score or his score is low, but the person still really wants to go to university this year. So the person keep hearing about diploma, JUPEB, pre-degree, and other alternatives, but they honestly don't understand them. Which options are actually realistic for students with lower costs? And I think I also want to understand, I did JUPEB, so I understand how JUPEB is done, but I really don't understand how they do diploma and pre-degree. So I think you be like expatiate and to help the person figure out which one is more realistic for students with lower scores.
Okay, your JAM score. Diploma will require your JAM score. If you have a lower JAM score, diploma will require a JAM score. Diploma is visible. Diploma is visible depending on the course you want to, and depending on your JAM score that is low. Because we have low JAM score, we have low JAM score. So without the JAM, you can run with JUPEB, you can run with pre-degree, and we can run with A levels. You can run with JUPEB, you can run with pre-degree, you can run with A level.
You mean A level? A level in what sense?
Yes. A levels are IESL. They are different foreign exams. They are not within Nigeria. Most of the A levels are not Nigeria exams. They are outside country exam. They are from
Country.
there is British exam, there is USA exam. There are different A level from other countries that you can access right from Nigeria and write their exam and you pass and you present it in Nigeria and they accept it.
Really? Wow.
Yes, and they accept it. So JUPEB 2 is a very good leveraging. Like you can leverage on JUPEB. JUPEB has a portal online for you to apply. You apply from the portal online for the university you want to run JUPEB with, because different university, even UI has JUPEB, LASU has JUPEB, UNILAG has JUPEB, different school. And there is one thing that you can leverage on these days. These days we have online study courses for almost all universities. Like Unilag, those what do they call it? Is
That's
an DLI.
okay.
Unilag does
Yes,
DLI.
distance
Yes.
institute
Uh,
learning.
Asaba State University does online degree, but you have to go there for the exam. When it comes to exam, they do online degree without Jamb. You don't need Jamb. You don't need Jamb these days. Doesn't mean you won't register with Jamb. Understand that. Jamb has made it compulsory for everybody to register through them. Made it compulsory for everybody to register through them. So without Jamb, you can't get admission these days. But the thing is, you are not writing an exam for you to get a cutoff. That is what you mean. You are just registering. You are just registering. That is why you have a profile code for you to do that registration, in which you get with your NIN. So JUPEB is reliable. You can see even our host, she did JUPEB. Pre-degree. Pre-degree came to when I got to know about pre-degree in the was really when I was starting this journey, because I had some students from FUNAB. FUNAB. It was versatile in FUNAB so much that you just come for pre-degree. Um, when I was when I was very little, one of my aunties in church did FUNAB, and she did pre-degree before she did her degree in the same FUNAB. So pre-degree, JUPEB, when you register for JUPEB, that means there is a particular level of score that you have in JUPEB that will make you be able to
That's
um,
understandable.
go for university. There's a particular level of score that you have in pre-degree that will be able to make you go for university. It is not that because you apply through JUPEB, you go and sit down and be playing video games. It is not that way. So you have to be ready to be learned, to be ready to learn from it. Your first mistake was you did JAMB and you did not pass. The second one of you going through JUPEB should not be another mistake. So be able to read, be ready to read, and be able to be teachable, so that when you are doing your exam for you do your exam for JUPEB too. Don't think because you did JUPEB you just enter university, that you do exam. Pre-degree too, you do exam, but it's just that you don't have your time wasted. Instead of you sitting at home and waiting for another jam, you have the opportunity of doing JUPEB
Reading.
for you to proceed to your university. So if you're thinking of which option, the two options are very good. And depending on the school you want to go to, you have to do a consulting so that you know if the level there's another thing, the level of the passes in JUPEB for that school and the level of the passes in pre-degree for that school. If you can weigh it and understand that, it is more easier to pass through pre-degree than to pass through JUPEB. Yes.
So much, sir. So I think this is the last one. Um, okay, this person just said that I passed JAMB, but seeing how competitive admission is in Nigeria, it is making me worried. Some people even say high score does not guarantee admission anymore. How should students stay hopeful and still prepare widely for the next stage? I think you even answered this question, if I'm correct.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. When you said that they should keep checking the JAM portal and they should keep their ears everywhere to know what people are saying, and they shouldn't just sit down waiting for them to bring the JAM admission letter to their doorstep.
Yes. Yes.
So this is the final one. Can I still gain admission with my score 185 or should I rewrite JAM?
No, don't write JAM. I would just advise you that way. Don't write JAM. You can gain admission with your score.
To state
You can gain
universities,
admission.
right?
So which university are you applying for?
This person has not said anything, but I think this person was saying that she wants to apply to LASU, or the person LASU's cutoff mark is currently 190, and then I really don't know what the person is trying to do.
Okay. So what's the course you're applying for? And which school are you applying for? 189, 185. You are sitting well for some university and you are not sitting well for some universities. So I would advise that you try and look at the schools that you want to apply for. What is their cutoff mark? What course am I trying to apply for? So if you're able to know that, then you're able to weigh these options and go for the school and the course that is suitable with this course.
So thank you very much, sir. I sincerely appreciate you for knowing our invitation today. You really enlightened our minds and fed us with so much knowledge about what the whole of like the professional area or the guidance session concerning JAB. And then I would like to appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. I pray that the Lord is going to continue to enlighten you rather, and Lord is going to continue to bless you. Thank you for being a blessing to us. I pray that Lord bless the work of your hands and Lord prosper your not strive in Jesus' name. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you, sir. God bless you. And I'm sure everybody is thanking you. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel Akintoye. Thank you, sir. You did this for free. Like it's literally free, and you still took your time. We've spent close to 2 hours now to share this knowledge with us. So I'm going to be giving an overview of what he said. If you know that I love how anybody who is about to write JAM, I think I would advise anyone who is about to write JAM to, listen to this live stream, because imagine you are going to write JAM and what is on your mind is, let me just pick a course that is simple for me, the one that I know that I will not fail. Maybe I'll pick English. English is simple. I'll pick literature and English. And you need maths. You know that you are going for engineering, you are picking something else. You know that you are going for art, you are picking what is not. And you are going for accounting, you are picking English, you are picking physics or further maths. See, those 4 courses that you need to write for JAM, if I'm correct, you need to reach out to a consultant. You can reach out, if you need this number, you can reach out to me. And then just make sure that you reach out to a professional consultant to, counsel you on the major course you need for that course. So before going, when you are about to write JAM and you're writing your O-level, the questions that should be on your mind is, what do I see myself doing after school? What do I love to do? What's my vision? What do I want to achieve? You understand? Questions like that would help you, will prompt questions like, which course should I study to help me become what I want to be? If I want to be a pilot or be an engineer, what course do I need? My O level, I know that you are meant to pass all your subjects, but what are the major courses you need? Because there are 5 credits, there are courses that you need to get some courses in your O level. That's your NECO or NAPTEP, that's for Federal Science Technical College. I did NAPTEP. And for JAM, what are the 4 major courses you need in JAM, so that when it's time to get to apply for admission, they don't start telling you that you don't have the major courses that is needed to get that course. Number two again is that after you've written your JAM, you should know that you shouldn't be waiting for them to know when during the JAM portal you've written your first choice, second choice, third choice, fourth choice, and you're waiting for JAM to send you admission letter. It's not done that way. Start researching on the school, start researching for the school that have your cutoff mark. If you know that the school that you chose in your JAM is not matching your cutoff mark, start thinking of changing an institution so that it won't look like you applied and then they are not giving you admission. Or maybe it's the school will take it, but it's a particular course that can take it. If it matches what you want to do or what you find yourself in future, change your course immediately. And instead of you doing this yourself, I think you should reach out to a professional consultant to counsel you if it's still possible or if you should change. You don't just do things by yourself. You don't know so much. And then the next thing you should be looking out for is if they're doing post UME or they are doing screening, apply for screening and apply for post UME. And after that, start checking your JAM portals. If you're like me that forgot your password, start looking for accredited centers that would help you follow up or monitor your JAM portals, and keep your ears everywhere in case your friend has gotten admission in that particular school. And if you even see a community that maybe freshers in that area, I think in every university they always have a community, like all the cyber cafes have a community. You can join these communities to get updated information. So for things like your necessary documents, start putting together your documents. Another mistake I made for my own, although I gained admission, it was JUPEB. When you do JUPEB and then you apply to that same school that you did JUPEB, you're more of like the idea student in a way. So I was given admission, but it was time for what do they call it? When they proof check your document to be sure and all that. My daddy named me Busolami. I went to go and be giving myself Oluwa Busolami. So just because there was no Oluwa and there was no me, there was a problem. Everybody was going on with their process. Mine was delayed because my name was different. So I had to start going for affidavits to start me to update my name, and I have to provide the affidavits and then with my documents. So if like you have done that kind of thing like I did, start working on those. Don't wait till it's time for admission and then they're telling you that it's a problem and they are not giving you admission just because of that little mistake. Remember that it's competitive. A lot of people are trying to gain admission, and there are so many others that compiled the appropriate documents, did the right things, and there is you that you are having an issue with your documents. Other documents like your O-level results, your secondary school testimonial, you can add your portfolio if you're a prefect, which is possible, your JAMB results, your birth certificate, your state of origin, specifically for state schools, your passport photograph. And I just want you to, come back again and watch this video. If you're about to write JAMB and if you have written JAMB and you need guidance, this video is a go-to, and you can still go back to watch yesterday's series. And then we'll be having our next session this Saturday. You don't want to miss it for anything. What if things don't go as planned? So this is when maybe you wrote JAMB and you got a low score. After you imagine that I want to have 355, I want to have 400, I want to have 260, and then looking like you're getting lower than that. What should you do? You are confused, you are disappointed, you are feeling like a failure. I think you need to attend this session. Or maybe you passed JAMB and then you are given a course that you don't want to do, the course you never imagined. That's what they are giving you. They are giving you history when you want to study English language. They are giving you English language when you want to study law. What if things don't go as planned? So you need to attend this session by Ayomi Komalade this Saturday by 7:00 p.m. to 8:00 p.m. I'm very sorry for passing our time. We need to ask some very important questions. So thank you for joining today's session again. I pray that Lord will continue to bless you. I pray that Lord will continue to minister to you. And if there's anybody that you are currently feeling down, you are feeling like a failure, you've tried to speak words to yourself that you are enough, you can do it, you are not defined by your exam, and it's looking like you still feel down, please reach out to me. I'm an admin on the I am an admin on the Teenage Adventure community. So you can scan the QR code I just projected, scan the QR code and join the TTA community. That is the Teenage Adventure community. the teenage adventure community. I'm an admin. Reach out to me so that I can speak to your counsel. If you are feeling down, you feel like something is wrong with you, or you're expressing pressure and you just can't think right, you are confused, please reach out to me for prayers and counsel. And then if you want to ask your questions anonymously, so you can scan the QR code and ask your question anonymously ahead of this topic. What if things don't go as planned? Once again, I would like to appreciate our guest speaker for honoring our invitation today. And I'd like to thank you for staying through the whole session. God bless you, and I love you. I pray that the Lord will grant you peace that is beyond human understanding. And I pray that Lord will God will order your steps right in the name of Jesus. And you discover purpose, very important. Thank you. God bless you, and see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Turn up, can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey. He really, really moves up. That's what it says. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right there. In times of trouble, he is my help. Yeah, I know no fear. I know he'll be right there. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, hey, why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh, he really, really moves. Oh, come on, sing the verse, y'all. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right. When I'm in trouble, he is my help. I know no fear. I know. Come on, we say, hey, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Whoa, hey. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Whoa, hey. He really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Baba, hey. Baba, Baba. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. He really, really moves. Oh. He really comes through for me. Oh.